Yo, what's going on, peeps? It's the YouTube Troy, aka Papa Berto, and I wanted to give you guys my first impressions on Storm 4. I'd only played it like, I would say 10 hours to be honest, because that's usually about the time I play a game before I give out my first impressions. With some exceptions here and there. Now, I wanted to start off by saying something super obvious, and I know and I apologize, but this is not Revolution, guys. This is not Revolution. On Revolution, you can cancel very fluidly out of a combo, whether it be into an ultimate, into an item, or just get out of the way so your opponent can't sub and then hit you, right? That's not really the case in Storm 4. The characters feel a lot more stiff, a lot more restricted when it comes to canceling per se. You can still do cancels, don't get me wrong. It's just that you can't do it in the same way you did in Revolution. And I find that to be a good thing because it kind of has a learning curve for the veterans of the Storm series, right? So, for example, people like me and the people that play the game constantly, right? Like that's in Storm 2 and Generations. Now, let me just specify here what I mean by you can't, this isn't Revolution in a sense. It's like, in general, this game does not feel at all like anything. Like, because you know how in Storm 3, Storm 3 really felt a lot like the past Storm games, with a few minor changes, obviously, here and there. But it felt like the other Storm games. This game has the same formula of a Storm game, but it feels completely different from the last one. And that's what I kind of want to emphasize, because a lot of people think it's going to be just like Revolution with the counterfeits and all that shit, and that's not the case. Another thing that I wanted to let you guys know is supports have a predetermined action, if you will. So some of them can do dash cut, some of them can do, they can be guard supports, some of them can help you charge your chakra faster, so on and so forth. But, it's not like on Revolution where you can be like, okay, I'm gonna pick Utakata with Temari on drive and then have them throw shuriken out the ass so you can win easily. You can't do that anymore, as each support has like the predetermined support action, if you will, and that's good. I find that to be like a very good improvement from the last iteration. Now the other thing is that the online in general just feels very, very nice. Okay, very, very nice. The first match I had on PC was against a French player, and I had no issues with the connection whatsoever, and I'm very happy that this port came out. And, functionality-wise, it came out perfect in my opinion, alright? Because there was no issues with the servers, there were no issues with running the game, there were no issues with the frame rate. Of course, everybody would have loved to have the 60 FPS option, but you know how it is. These Storm games do not get that kind of treatment on PC, unfortunately enough, so we're gonna have to just deal with it. Now, for the PS4 side, I only got to play a few free battle matches, okay? I only got to play a few free battle matches with Donnie. And it was awesome. It felt even smoother than on PC. Like, on PC, you feel kind of, like, stiff, okay? And it's definitely there on the PS4, but when you use the PS4 controller, right? Because, when you're playing on PS4, it just feels, I don't know how to put it. It just feels like nice, like fluid. Obviously, in terms of how the game runs, it feels fluid. How you do cancels is a different story. It feels stiff when you try to do cancels, to be honest, because you gotta find like nook and crannies into like certain parts of a combo to cancel. Now, in general, the counter. I wanted to mention the counter real quick. The counter obviously doesn't have the same effect as in Revolution, but it is something you can use to annoy the hell out of people, man. I mean, you can legit run away and do counters to get them away from you as much as you like. As long as you can bait them, you can just be a cunt if you wanted to and just go ham on them, right? So if you don't have any subs, you can do counters to kind of keep them away so you get your subs back. And it's really, really annoying if you have like a strike back support. But the other thing that I need to mention to you guys is that you don't need to do 2 counters. Like on Revolution, if you did 2 counters in a row, you would have to wait until your bar starts filling up again for you to continue doing counters. In this game, they give you a maximum of 3 counters, okay? It's 3 now. So because they kind of, you know, went a different way about the counter in this game, I guess they decided, okay, so the counter's very benign now. Let's just add 3 more, right? Let's just add 3 as the maximum instead of 2. And, you know, I think it's okay. I think it's not that big of a deal. But like I said, if you were to want to be a really annoying player with the counters, you could in this game. That's what I was trying to tell people. And people were telling me, no, you're just saying that because you want to like excuse the fact that you used the counter on Revolution. And that wasn't the case. And I can guarantee you guys, I mean, I was on a stream. I was fighting against Gamertag, and I showed like I was doing the counter a lot. And that could get really annoying. So anyways, overall, I wanted to say overall, this game, it's looking good so far. Alright, it feels great. It looks great. I haven't played the story mode yet, so I can't give you any details on that, unfortunately. But so far, I am liking how the online works, how the battle mechanics work. Everything so far has been good. Of course, if I have to say one thing I really dislike, is that there's a lack of characters, okay? And because there's a lack of characters, you don't really feel like it's a new Storm game per se, because the choices in characters have already been seen in other games, with the exception of obviously a few other characters. And I don't know. One thing too is that the supports are not as easy to hit anymore. Like when somebody calls a support, there's very little chance of you hitting their support, so they like to cancel them out. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is, if you're attacking somebody and they call out a support, it's more likely that the support's gonna hit you and you're gonna have to sub, than it is that that you cancel out the support by hitting it. Because in Revolution, like I said, it was pretty easy for you to attack your opponent, and basically your opponent wouldn't ever call out a support because you could easily hit the support itself. In Storm 4, that's not the case. Like, there's more of a chance of the support hitting you than you are of hitting it. So that's all I want to say. Thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. The online series is coming in soon. Today is Friday the 5th. And I'm going to see if I can do some online ranked battles, some live ranked for you guys. I'm going to have a bunch of videos up, so, stay tuned for that. I'm out, guys. Peace.